This is Drop Tent Media Network.
Somehow we can never go an episode without talking about how horny we were in our single digits. This has become a very particular person's kind of a podcast.
We're dating. Yeah, we got it.
All right, well, we're dating.
We are dating.
And today it's just the two of us.
Today we're just dating each other.
Wow.
So unlike us.
I'm not
to
going
be in a monogamous relationship. You're not going to top.
Sorry.
I have to top.
Yes, you have the top. I'm a versatile bottom.
What's your versatile bottom? You can
That
be on
means that
one
you have
side
to
or
top
the
first,
other.
and then I'll just imitate what you did.
Oh, that's like reading body language. I like that. I actually don't mind. Yeah, you're just like reading the body language of me and my topic.
I would have to. I mean, I don't know how to. I'm a virgin.
I had my friend pegged recently, so I'll borrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you had your friend pegged?
No.
Like you put a hit out on him?
It's one hell of a hit. I haven't pegged.
Right in the prostate.
No, they pegged for the first time.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it for you.
Okay, I do have to see the movie. You're not going to tell me if it went well?
It went well. No, this is the thing. They're 5 foot, and he was 6'2".
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's hot.
I mean, like it's pretty hot, but also they were like, men have a lot more work cut out for them than we give them credit for.
Yeah, some of the body motions are unfamiliar to the women folk. I have a friend who had bought a strap on for the first time, and she was like, "Yes, I did not know about the thrusting."
So much thrusting. So I hear.
Yeah. Also, that's why I don't want to top. It's all so much work.
So really, you're not a verse bottom. You're just lazy.
Yeah.
It's okay. So am I. I'm always one of those people that's just like, do whatever you want to me. But really, it's just like I get to lie down.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How's that for spin? That's good. That's good marketing.
Yeah, I like somebody did it to me too, and I was like, I know your game. Don't try and best me. I can best you.
And so, like, how did you know? How did you figure out when you were young? How did you know what to do?
Like in general, or do you mean me specifically?
Yeah, you specifically. Like, had you seen porn, and did you try to be like what you'd seen in porn, or like?
No. Okay, so my journey.
Yeah, let's talk about your journey to horniness.
My journey started very young.
I think wow. It always goes back to this. Somehow we can never go an episode without talking about how horny we were in our single digits. This has become a very particular person's kind of a podcast.
No.
So you were of the age of consent.
I was 18 years old.
There we go.
No, but I mean, like, early on, I was always just like, ooh.
It's natural.
No, the first porn I watched, I wasn't a porn. I just saw a picture of a penis.
Oh,
and
photograph.
I just literally
like a medical photograph?
No, it was like on this Swedish website.
A Swedish website? What? So why were you on a Swedish website?
I looked up teen chats.
Okay.
Because I was trying to find a chat room for teens.
Oh, I love that.
And then the first link just said teen chat. And I was like, I'm going to click that one. And it ended up being just like a soft core, well, not very soft core because you saw penis, but it was a porn site, but that was just photographs.
Okay.
And it was almost like a porn blog, it looked like. It looked like a lifestyle blog for the Swedish cult orgy thing. I don't know. But it was just a guy, possibly from the 1970s. I don't know. But he was just standing with an erection. And I remember it being like, oh my, I like that.
You were titillated?
I was titillated.
Yeah.
Because I think, like, the first time you see a guy naked, it's very silly. It's very funny. But the first time you see a guy hard.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. Yes.
So that was the first porn for me. And then the first time I ever came was from the arm of a couch.
Right.
This is why I had to stop sitting on the couch.
Yeah, you and JD Vance.
JD Vance.
Can't get over it.
Honestly, when he said that, I was like, you know what? I actually I can get behind this guy. This guy's fucking his couch.
Yeah, like, recliner damn near killed her.
Oh.
Woo! I haven't uncorked that one in a little while. That felt good.
Have you had that on
on
the back
standby.
burner. Yeah, on standby.
Yeah.
I'm a little hungover this morning,
It
so
was in my notes.
that's nice.
Yeah. Once upon a page of comedy notes, I had some J.D. Vance couch puns. You know?
Yeah, when we
Yeah.
all were like, this is going to be the joke that rockets me to stardom. And a week later, it was worthless.
Oh, that's too bad. Too
Yeah.
bad.
Well, how did you
Wow.
get started being horny? When did you begin?
Well, here's the thing. Like, I grew up in a small town. I did not have the internet growing up, or really as a teen, because there was dial-up, and we didn't even have dial-up as I recall. Not even when I was in like senior year of high school.
Wow,
Or maybe just getting
really?
it. Yeah. So
How
that
did you
was
write papers?
Yeah.
How did you?
I don't even remember. I don't remember doing a lick of homework. I don't know how I got through. I cheated.
You, you seem like you were smart enough to never have to do homework and also charm your teachers.
I was.
Yeah.
I was a little music,
game recognized game,
music
motherfucker.
room nerd. I never went to class. I always said I had like rehearsal. I was always just hanging out in the music room.
In the music room.
The other cows in
And
the music room. But in high school, I was fooling around with these guys who were like on the low, who were DL dudes, and they both have stayed at that way the rest of their lives. They both have had children, and as far as I
We'll hit you up when you're in town. Or
I will
what?
hit the one of them up now when I'm in town.
Yeah.
Because it's good.
Repressed dick
Yeah.
is good dick.
It is.
I get it.
But that was it. It was just like two guys, and the one guy only once over the 4 years of high school, and the other guy like all through high school. So I got to, having graduated high school, and I'd only had the two partners, and that's when I moved to New York City. So
Wow.
I think, and then I got into a little bit of ecstasy and some night clubbing and some raves and some underage drinking. For sure, I did go home once with a Hillary Clinton Senate staffer. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's really hot.
It was hot too. It wasn't. I don't think it was hot for him as much because I was in my smelly sock phase. I was like only like 19.
Were you doing that thing that you talked about once where you were like disgusting on purpose as a way,
I don't think I'd
to
even
assert your
learned it. I
masculinity?
think I was just a gross college student. I think I just didn't.
Oh, what I
Yeah.
wouldn't give to meet you when you were 19. I just want, because you're so like even keel lemon peel now. Like you're pretty like subdued and relaxed.
Yeah.
And I want to know what premium Alejandro was like.
Musical theater, rock'em sock'em, Alejandro. Yeah, so I was getting, I guess, horniness, the sluttiness was sort of baked in kind of just to the New York culture.
Yeah.
And so people were fooling around pretty quickly. I did have my first like fling. My first heartbreak. Which do you want to hear about first?
Oh, I want to hear about first heartbreak first, and then let me hear the first fling for like a dessert.
All right, first heartbreak. I went to the Macy's in Manhattan. I don't know why. I was just exploring New York, and I ended up in the Macy's, and I went to the cologne counter, and there was like the hottest guy that I'd ever seen in my entire life was working the counter, and he like flirted with me, but I'd never been flirted with like that, and I just took it
Trying
all
to sell
like
some
at
cologne.
face value.
Yeah.
It didn't occur to me he was trying to sell me cologne. He was just so charming and so handsome, and like I was like yes. So I bought like the full Curve kit that included the shampoo, the moisturizer, the thing of Curve. I still go crazy over the sound of Curve. But yeah, so he had like promised me all these samples. So like I went through the whole sale, and I was like just like walking on air. And then he got my money, and then he just turned to the next guy, and he just ignored me completely. I had to chase him around the counter just to get my free samples that he'd promised me.
Oh
and
my
I felt so
God.
dirty and used by the time I got him. He like threw them at me.
Here's
Whore.
you filthy little sample slut.
Yeah, I was a filthy little sample slut. But that was the first time I was really like, what?
That's
No.
the first time- you described this as your first love.
It was my first heartbreak. Yeah. Nobody
Honestly.
hurt my feelings like that before that.
Oh no!
Likes me.
And then you realized that you kind of liked it.
And that's when I realized that capitalism was bullshit.
Yeah, capitalism was the thing that fucks us worst of all.
That's what radicalized me.
it's being flirted with and then let on and then discarded. I mean, realistically, that is at the end of the day this economy.
Did you have a stupid heartbreak like that in your college years? Something real dumb that you just walked into?
Oh, kind of. Kind of. No, I think the worst one I had was actually in 6th grade.
Oh.
It was my 6th grade boyfriend. His name was Brody Williams.
Oh, you will call them out. All right, what did Brody do?
We dated for a whole month and we would kiss, but I was too scared to open mouth kiss yet. So I would just like, but like really hard on him. And then he got a girl to break up with. He didn't do it himself. He got this girl that was going to be his next girlfriend to break up with me. And he was like, and she basically came up to me in assembly and she was like, Rachel, and I'd never spoken to her before. And I was just like, yeah. And then she was like, hey, Brody wants me to tell you that he's dumping you because you can't French kiss.
Oh.
And I got mad at him. I confronted him and I was
you
like,
did?
yeah. And I was like, what do you mean I can't French kiss? We kiss all the time. And he was like, yeah, but your idea of a French kiss is just pushing your mouth against mine really hard.
Yeah. Oh.
And it broke me.
No.
Yeah. But then his best friend ended up being my first real kiss. So.
Okay.
So
there you go.
So who's a bad kisser now, bro?
It still could be you.
It could still be me.
Yeah. Oh, that's sweet.
Have you ever wondered if you were a good kisser or not? Or are you pretty confident?
Oh, absolutely not. There's been no doubt in my mind. Look at these friggin' lips.
Wait, let me
Get
see.
out of here.
Let me see. They're fine. No. I also forget that I have kissed you. And you know what?
Yes, we have.
We have kissed. And I will say, I can confirm, soft.
Soft lips.
Very soft.
I mean, you don't have to do much.
You do that. Lip balm.
Yeah. I'm not really. I'm not so much into the big tonguey kissing myself.
Yeah.
It's just a little.
I like subtlety.
Yeah, subtlety is nice. I definitely don't like it when a guy's like trying to like eat my face. All that like ow, wow.
Wait.
Ow.
How did you?
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So, what about your?
Is that how you like your?
Yeah, that's my
How chomp.
You can't even say eating pussy.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Is that what you
trying
meant?
to keep it clean for you too.
we went into pegging within the first 5 minutes.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, we did. But I think that pegging is not as well known as we'd think. So maybe we could get away with that. Sorry. Yes. I'm a dick. I feel like Amy Sedaris. Anyway, wait. Tell me about your first fling, because okay. Thank you for redirecting the attention. I do love attention.
All right, so this is it's a picture it 1999. It's October. It's early October of the year 1999. I am in orientation, gay orientation.
Gorientation.
Gorientation. That sounds very Halloweenish.
Yeah, actually.
Welcome to Gorientation. Oh, okay. So I was orientation for musical theater school, and our big trip thing was we got to go see Ragtime on Broadway. Excellent musical.
Love that.
And then we got to go on like a little cruise. Fun little cruise on the.
It sounds very
on the
gay.
Hudson, I want to say.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did not know any of my classmates. You know,
Okay.
I didn't know any of these people that I was going to musical theater school
Were you
with.
shy? Were you being a
Was I shy?
wallflower?
I mean, I was I mean, we're talking about musical theater kids here, so there's really nobody is a shrinking wallflower. But I've always been out of the more outgoing people, one of the more subdued outgoing people.
Yes.
So I'm like hanging out. I'm of course like aware that like there are going to be other gay people at this musical theater academy. I don't know, just taking a wild guess, stab in the dark.
Yes, that's what you got later.
And so this dude in like a mock turtleneck, comes up and stands next to me and is like, "Oh, there's hardly any guys here." You know, he didn't do that, but like in
your head, you're like, "That's a signal. I can tell."
I just remember him in all his like spiky gel haired mock turtleneck glory. And I thought he was like so manly and like cool. He had like
Yeah.
he sounded like a man when he talked.
Ooh, I remember the first.
He was
part,
he's like a German descent dude. Yeah.
Those Germans. Honestly, those fucking Germans.
And he was very flirty and fun, and he smelled like Curve cologne. It's the theme of like the year I spent in New York is all about Curve cologne. So
Curve cologne and ecstasy.
So we like flirted all night, and then I went to his dorm room, and he smoked cigarettes, and then he
Very cool.
sang from Rent to me. Yes.
He sang to you or at you?
At me, yeah, to me. Yeah, not in the manner of a serenade. No, it was more singing to the rafters, and I was there.
I can't, because I feel like is that the gay equivalent of somebody bringing out a guitar?
Yeah, in that era, I mean, I was wowed. He had a really big voice.
Wait, which song from Rent?
I think One Song Glory.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the big Roger anthem about that he's dying of AIDS.
He's like, this is really gonna get him in the mood.
So he does that, and then he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna take a shower, and then he goes into the bathroom and takes a shower, and I just knew. I just knew that it was time for me to also get in the shower. It was pretty hot.
That is very hot.
Yeah.
But in my head, I would love it if you were just like, and I didn't pick up on anything. So I just hung out,
I just waited.
for him to get out. No. Imagine how confused you would be, because I've done that move before too. I've been like, I'm gonna take a shower, and then been waiting for somebody to come in, and I imagine how I would be livid if I just was like, I guess I'm gonna just take.
Yeah, I don't think you should not have to say that. Takes so much of the hotness out of it. If you're like, I'm going to take a shower, and you're invited to, you have to leave it open ended, or it's not as hot. But
No,
the
yeah.
other person has to be like at least a little plugged in.
Right, yeah. Somebody has to have picked up on the signals. I'm sorry if I'm getting naked with you in my apartment, nobody else is here, and we've been flirting all night. You better get in with
Get in that
me.
shower.
Yeah.
So so we took a shower together, and that was one of the hottest things that I've ever done. But also when I discovered like immediately that like shower sex is really not that great,
yeah.
especially if like the shower head is on and the water is pouring all over you. Depending on where your face is, like you just constantly have this like water stream like just kind of getting in the way. And water's not a great lubricant.
No, it's a horrible lubricant.
Yeah.
I was amazed. So I was able to, when I was on vacation to Panama a couple years ago, my ex and I, we were able to somehow have sex in the ocean.
Somehow.
Yeah, we did it twice. But I think I've talked about it. He gets this look on his face when he's
Oh, the look.
determined.
Yes, it's such a weird look.
It's so weird. I don't know
love
why.
it.
And it's like one of those things where it's like, he's not dead. He's a very handsome guy. And I think he's one of those people that like knows not what to do with his face. He has no idea what to do with his face.
Sure, yeah, that happens.
And that must be nice to be so good looking that you don't even have to worry about what's happening with your face. I'm constantly
no
aware.
matter what face you make, it's like it's a hot face because you have a hot face.
Yeah, exactly. Like I know that I'm a real life 7 or 8 out of 10, but so I'm aware. So I'm constantly like, okay,
What is it doing? Ooh, Thursday.
is it what is it doing Thursday? Is it giving Thursday? Oh man, my first fling was also with a German guy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, hold on. How long did you guys fling
Do you like
for?
it fast or slow?
Do you like it fast or slow? Okay, so I'm going to pull back the curtain and reveal he had no accent.
Oh.
One of his parents was American, and he went to like an American school in Germany.
Oh.
And but he didn't learn how to make women come because he was taught it in school, but because he had a mean ex-girlfriend who used to make her come twice before he was allowed to have sex with her.
What?
Yeah.
All right.
Honestly,
Girl boss.
I'm so proud of her.
Damn.
Because at that age,
Twice?
uh-huh.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, like I can honestly, if you make me come once, I'm thankful. I'm like, if you make me come once, I'm kind of like, it's astounded. I'm like, how'd you do that?
Wow.
Yeah. And so like, yeah, the fact, and so that's how he learned. And
So he was good.
so he was very good in bed. He said things to me that in hindsight, I don't know if I'm crazy about, but at the moment I thought it was a really nice compliment. He was like,
Okay.
yeah, you've got the body of like a Renaissance painting.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, which is like, but which artist?
Yeah.
Which artist?
Yeah.
I've
Let's
seen
pull
some
up
of those.
some images now.
Yeah. I need some references. But yeah, and we hooked up for probably like a month, which in college and at the time felt like, 7 months.
Yeah.
And he was like very German about it. He was like, listen, I can tell you've got feelings for me. And I said that this was strictly physical and I don't want to hurt you. So we're done here. Which was
We're done here.
yeah.
Wow.
It was brutal.
That's a wrap.
Literal. Could have said that's a wrap. I would have been like, all right, that's a wrap on Rachel, guys. But no, he like was really cruel about it. And I remember I was the most unhinged I've ever been in like a breakup. And not in the bad way, in the like sad way. So let's say we're in the dorm like hangout space. I would lay on that couch crying, fully staring at him.
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my worst fling.
Producer and friend Neil Wood here. Brief commercial break.
Hi, I'm International Man of Mystery Dan DePriel, and I'm one of the weekday comics. My friend Dave and I get paid to do comedy, believe it or not. But we're not allowed to tell all the jokes we want to tell. That's why we started this podcast. Join us every Tuesday at 8 p.m. where we're going to talk about the news of the day and tell a couple of jokes that we just don't feel comfortable telling on stage. Hey, we don't have careers, so who gives a weekday comics? Our podcast, where we give you the big bags of trash we were born to be and aren't allowed on the shows they pay us to do.
Okay. You know what? That reminds me of my worst, where I was a complete psychopath. Also, the year that I was in New York City. This is all origin stories
New
here.
York City. This is your villain origin story. Or
Yeah.
horny origin story.
Origin story.
No, origin story. Origin story.
So we're back. It's 1999. I'm at a party called Curfew at a nightclub called Tunnel. So it's Curfew at Tunnel, Saturday nights. It was the under 21 over 18 gay party in New York City at the time.
Very fun.
Yes, and the ecstasy was flowing, drag queens everywhere, and then from like people were also doing ecstasy in Tunnel, the straight part, and like all these like hot dudes would like wander over to the gay part because they were on ecstasy and they wanted a little bit of attention. Anyway, I'm getting really off topic.
That's it. I
So
also love the idea of straight guys being like, I just want somebody to objectify me for once.
yeah, no, their minds would open right up, you know.
And so would their buttholes.
So one night I'm at Curfew at Tunnel. I probably am on ecstasy,
Wow.
and I meet this guy on the dance floor, and he is this redhead. I've historically had a thing for redheads, even though I now acknowledge that objectifying somebody like that is not really my deal. So I really try not
No.
to be like, well, redheads, you know. It's,
Yeah.
but in that time, I just wasn't as woke, so I was
No.
really about it.
You're more equal opportunity now.
So yeah, ginger dude, super attractive. I think he was also on ecstasy, and we like just met on a dance floor and then like dance all night. And he was like goofy and fun. He was like 21 or 22. I was 19. I brought him back to my dorm room. We had like a really fun hookup, and then he gave me his landline number. Nobody had I didn't have a cell line. I had a landline in my dorm.
Yeah.
And had his landline number, and I started to call him, and he never answered. And I was just get his answering machine, and then I just kept on calling. And then I
Whoa,
just
yeah.
and I got into this schedule of calling him, and then like once he like answered, this is coming up until like the holidays, and he was like, it was by Thanksgiving, and he was like, oh, I'm sick, I'll talk to you later. And I was like, yeah, whatever.
Bullshit.
But I didn't. I kept on calling, and didn't stop calling until one day he picked up the phone and was like, "Stop calling me." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't get it. I didn't understand.
You didn't get it?
No, I didn't get it at all.
You did not have friends that were very honest with you.
I don't think I'd talk to anybody about it like that. It was just this weird thing, like,
Or just like,
fermenting in my
Dude, what is the
little
thing
young
where
brain.
like when somebody rejects me, if if it's not in a direct way, if it's an indirect rejection, I'm just like, he's just busy. Like, he's got something going on right now. And he's going through a lot. That's yeah.
Yeah, so that was the first and only time I think I wasn't able to take a hint. I think that attuned me a little bit more to, okay.
The shock of
Sometimes somebody will ghost you after a one night stand. I needed to learn that.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, a few things came up for me this week that I need to ask you about because I want your opinion.
Oh.
One, is a one night stand when you hook up with someone and you never see them again, or even if you know the person but you've only hooked up one time.
I think they're both a one night stand.
So they're both. So basically, if you have sex with someone or hook up with someone simply once and never again, that's a one night stand.
I would say yes.
Okay. Follow up question.
Ooh.
So when does hooking up become something else? When you say we hooked up, is that all encompassing, or is that like we hooked up, we made out? Like, are there different levels? Like, if somebody came up to you and was like, "Yeah, we hooked up," what would you think?
I would think they slept together. They spent the night.
Okay.
Or they did a sexual thing together.
I mean, if somebody came up to you and was like, "We fucked,"
Yeah, I mean
that
would
was
be a
pretty
little less
obvious.
vague, yeah.
If someone was like, I think for me, hooking up can be anything below the belt,
Okay.
even if it's just hand stuff and stuff. But like, if we made out and maybe you like honked a boob or something,
That's
I
still
would-
just making out.
That's still just making out. I mean, I would include it in the description. I would be like, yeah, we made out a little bit. He got after him. Like,
Yeah, I think hooked up is a little more serious than like made out.
yeah, hooked up means you probably saw at least part of me, if not all of me, naked.
Sure, yeah.
But okay, all right, thank you.
Why? What is it?
No, because I was talking to Masha about it.
Okay.
Yeah. We were walking home together, and
Have we had Masha on?
we haven't had Masha
should have
on.
Masha on.
I think she'd be very fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were like walking home, and then she was like, "I have an important question for you," and I was like, "What did I do?" I was like, the rumors aren't true. Immediately went, and then she was like, "No, I just want to know." But yeah, because I feel like hooking up is like a polite way to say things got wet.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
feel like making out is like our mouths got wet, but that's it.
Fair. All right, so you just mentioned rumors. Speaking of rumors,
Yeah.
I have a story of a rumor that got around to me that was based in truth but not entirely true.
Okay.
So if you can think of any rumors about you,
Oh yeah.
all right. So I'll tell you this one real quick. Is I decided to try this organic deodorant. Once upon a time, because I was like, oh, aluminum's bad. You know, I should do something else. So I experimented. I bought this aluminum-free organic deodorant, and I wore it on a date. And it just happened to be like a warm weather.
The exhale
So, yeah.
of just being like, bad move, brother.
Yeah.
Rough choice.
So yeah, I don't know why. I wore
Because
this
you wanted
experimental deodorant on a date.
Pheromones.
So that's
Because you also want to tell all your pheromones to moan.
sure. So it was a warm weather date, and I did eventually end up taking off my jacket and taking off my sweatshirt. And when I did that, we were at our second bar maybe, and I could tell right away that like I smelled a little bit when I took off the hoodie or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, I smell a little bit like BO. And then I just kind of tried to like keep my arms together for the rest of the date. But then like I did not get a second date and didn't see that guy again. And then I was talking to some other random dude on Scruff like a few weeks later, and the guy was like, "Yeah, I heard you have BO."
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, that hurt.
That's so mean.
It
and
is mean, and I like to
unnecessary.
smell good.
I've never had you smell bad.
I know.
I've never seen you smell bad. I've never smelled you bad.
Thank you.
And also, like, I don't know. I also think that like body odor is a thing that can be either the hugest turn off or the hugest turn on. Like if I like your BO, then
Woof.
then that's like chemical. That's like beyond what I can even control. But if I don't like your BO, like this one time there was a dude, we made out once drunk, and he was like, we should hang out, and I was like, yeah, for sure, let's do that. And then we're going to the Mutter Museum, and he's walking up to me, and I'm like, oh, I'm excited to see him. And then he arms out. The worst BO I have ever experienced, and
Lord.
and it immediately turned me off of him. And we spent the next 3 hours. I spent the next 3 hours trying to put out the friend vibes. I hit him with a lot of buddies.
Oh.
I hit him.
You're like, pew, 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 buddy, friend.
What's
pal.
up, buddy?
Guy.
You know how the ladies
Did he-
are. Yeah. You know.
Did he pick up on that? Or did you have to?
No. He didn't pick up on it.
Oh, no.
No, but luckily I didn't have to ever see him again.
Okay.
He was leaving, and he was just like, "It was so nice to see you," and then I was like, "Yeah, it was nice to see you too." And who knows, this might be it. This might be the last time. You don't know. The world is a silly little place. But the rumor that got spread about me. God, so many.
Yeah.
Which one do you want? Do you want the bad one that has no redemption arc or the redemption arc one?
I guess let's have the one that has a redemption arc.
Okay. When I was in college, there was this boy that I hooked up with once. And very shortly after we hooked up, he began dating this girl. Probably like a week, 2 weeks later, One day, probably 2 weeks after that, he pulls me aside and he goes, "Rachel, I got to talk to you." And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "You gave me chlamydia."
Ooh.
With the judgmental voice and the judgmental eyes and everything. And I was like, "Oh my God, really?" He's like, "Yeah, I have chlamydia and I gave it to my girlfriend. I'm not going to say her name, but I gave it to F. And yeah, just so you know, just a heads up, you should get tested." And I was like, "Oh my God, okay." And so I went up to the next guy, to the guy that I had slept with after that, because it was theater school. And I was like, "Hey, just so you know, I might have chlamydia, so you should probably get tested." And, I went and I got tested. The guy got tested, and he was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for telling me," whatever. His test comes back negative. Then my test comes back negative.
Oh.
But then another boy in the theater school, his test, because he gets tested for chlamydia as well, comes back positive.
Oh.
And then 4 other girls that he had in rotation also come back positive.
Oh, snap.
Turns out that Mr. Judgmental, his girlfriend, had been fucking the school slut.
No.
Yeah. And got
Wow.
chlamydia from him and then gave it to her boyfriend.
And
So-
this all came out?
This all came out, baby, because everyone thought that I had chlamydia because I had. Everyone believed him
Oh, shit.
and wanted, and of course, the girl in the relationship, she's having sex in a morally acceptable way. I'm not, because I'm a single woman. God forbid I enjoy an orgasm and don't want to commit to somebody that I feel lukewarm about. And so, so it was very easy to place the blame on me, but it wasn't me. It was very lovely, and so I had the beautiful experience of going up to him and being like, "Hey, got tested, came out negative. Maybe you should talk to your girlfriend, though, about fucking dirty dudes."
Did you say that?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially as somebody who got called a slut so much and still does even a little bit. I really feel the vindication of being able to tell somebody sure, you think I'm disgusting? No, I'm just a fucking horny and I exist in the world. And how dare I express my sexuality in a way that's only acceptable for men to?
Wow.
So yeah, that was the redemption arc. The not redemption arc one was I was in high school and I paid this kid $20 to be my math tutor. And he helped me do my homework. He helped me do my math homework. But after we would do my homework, we would hook up.
Oh.
And then the rumor became that I paid him $20 to hook up with me.
Wow.
Yeah, and that never
Yes.
found any clarity because he went to a different school, so I couldn't even defend myself.
Oh, boo.
I know, very boo, very boo.
Yeah.
So
but
yeah,
still, $20 is a great deal.
I mean, for a math tutor, it was great. $20, and you know what? I didn't fail math.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so that's a win.
that was technically.
That's a win-win.
What's the word that you hate being called the most?
Oh, definitely the F slur. I don't.
That's the one. Okay, yeah.
It's not like every context.
Exactly. That's the
me and
same
my
with
friends,
slut.
we call each other F slur. Yeah, all the time.
Right.
But if somebody were really to mean it and call it to me, I might lose my temper.
On the street, if some straight
Yeah,
dude, some
yeah.
fucking some rowy guy is like,
Yeah, dude, yeah. And he spit. I'll be like, oh, I'll be so.
It's like I'm gonna
pissed
fuck you
off.
up, and
You know,
then
I mean, if he was bigger than me, I would just be angry about it.
well, you're an
off to the
asshole.
side. I would wait until I was far enough away. You fucking dick.
That's has anybody ever called you one?
Not since high school.
Oh
Not to my
wow,
face.
honestly powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Thank goodness. No.
Seriously?
No.
good for you. Yeah, the one that I think bothers me the most. Depending, it does again depends on the context, but like slut. I don't like it, and that I don't like the thing because the thing is that slut isn't ever the end of it. The slut then builds into like this trail of slime as you walk
Yeah.
across.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that has been said.
Boo. Yes, it has
in
been.
a comedic and not.
I was there.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was so mad. I was like, that was rude. They're not friends like that.
Oh,
I want to
yeah.
beat him up still. We should jump him.
We should jump in. I mean, we wouldn't have to jump very high.
What a dick, honestly. Oh, I want to say his name. He's not even funny. Fuck him. Little punk.
Yeah, it was like. It's definitely one of those moments too where like ever since then he's been like sheepishly nice to me and I'm like, you should be afraid.
Yeah,
you
dick.
should be scared.
Did he apologize?
No, because this is the thing also about people when they say something that is like gendered so heavily or even like so homophobic is that like they'll say it and if in a protected context, they will then be able to get out of not apologizing.
Right.
And it's and like I've heard there have been guys in the scene who've been caught being assholes and then get outed and then have apologized. But like for some reason, when it's said in the name of comedy, you kind of you think of it as a get out of jail free card. Yeah. And I'm just like, no, it's not. You still owe me an apology.
It's gross. What
It
you
is
said
gross.
was gross, and it wasn't funny. So
No,
what
yeah.
was that supposed to fucking be?
And then proceeded to bomb the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So
Yeah. Weirdly enough, I think, bitch, I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's powerful. Like, I feel strong. I am a bitch. Don't you forget it.
I'm a bitch. All right. Well, this has been our one-on-one intimate.
Our origin story.
This has been Diane Sawyer. It's fun. Diane
You had such a
Sawyer
strong riff.
on Oprah.
Yeah.
And I'm Oprah. Okay. Well,
You're Oprah. I'm Diane Sawyer.
Rachel Peters. We're dating.
Finally.
You know what is an amazing idea, Rachel?
What's an amazing idea?
Liking and subscribing
Oh my God, you're very, very right.
to us.
To us at we.r.datingpod on Instagram, and you can find us under that on YouTube as well.
That's right. That's we.r.datingpod, and that's the letter R.
Yeah, that was my bad.
You'll figure it out.
Hey, how you doing? This is Neil Wood, one of the co-owners of Drop 10 Media Network and who helps run Biggest Little Comedy. You can check out all the other stuff we do at drop10.com. We've got podcasts, live comedy shows, and so much more. Go over there, support your favorite podcasts, follow them, subscribe. We appreciate it, and we're 100% DIY. Just a bunch of creatives trying to make it in this, and give us some feedback. We always enjoy a little feedback. Thanks.
This has been a Drop Tent Media production.